So we're in beautiful Carpenterstown, my man. Early beginnings. Dublin 15.
Here,
don't they? It's such a beautiful area. We're so blessed to have been raised in this area, and obviously being here, we're going to have to discuss the early beginnings of Frans Mlambo, obviously.
Yeah.
So your history, how did you get to Ireland, and when did you get to Ireland first and foremost?
Yeah, started off in town, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had my 12th birthday here a few months after I got here.
Okay.
And I was in town first of all.
So you're a Southside originator and then a Carpo representative.
You know what I mean? I cover all areas.
So obviously coming to Ireland, you always had interests. From knowing you from such an early age, you always had an interest in combat sports. Why MMA?
It was just because at the time, like boxing, I just kind of fell into boxing from karate, innit? MMA was just more of martial arts than boxing, and that's what I was always into, was martial arts.
Yeah.
I thought I'd join this. Theo brought me down.
Yeah.
SBG, and then
Rest in
I've been
peace,
down there
Theo.
since. Rest in peace, Theo. For real, man. Been in it a long time now, man. I'm a proper veteran already.
How long are you doing MMA for?
11 odd years, bro.
Yeah. Do you still remember the first week and the first days walking into SBG? Because it was a lot different than it is now.
It was, yeah, but it's we moved 3 gyms, not just like slight memories.
Right.
I always remember my first eyebrow cut, yeah, because I have been many now.
Yeah.
My first one was sparring Paddy Houlihan.
Okay.
Head clash, split right open, and then from then on it's been a regular thing.
And you were one of the original gorillas as well. You were as early as Connor, as Paddy, and quite a lot
Chris
of them.
Fields, Roddy was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ashton Bash, flipping Cahill Pendred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kiefer was there.
Kiefer, yeah.
James, obviously. I'm not gonna name the whole bleeding gym, but there was OGs galore now.
You were the younger kid in this generation, and now you're at a point where in the game, you're at the latter stages of your career, and all these people are coaching young kids that are now following your footsteps.
It is mad to see, like, cause it just kind of happened out of nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? I was up and coming, and then all of a sudden I'm a veteran. I'm like, what the hell happened in between? You know what I'm saying? Where was all that time gone?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a mad one because, and at the same time, I don't want to be a veteran when I'm not. Do you know what I mean? When I haven't done what I needed to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've achieved some shit, but you know what I mean? I haven't really. I don't think I've gotten the opportunities I needed in time to, you know what I mean, to have made out of this sport what I want to make out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to say no stupid shit like everything happens in its own time. No, that's not it. I wish it had happened earlier.
The title fight and being back in Dublin, it's a pretty big thing because it kind of, even though it's slightly delayed at a later stage in your career, it's still here and you're still very blessed to have that.
You know, people in worse situations, like, doing the same.
Walking down these very streets of Carbo, we used to sit here and plan the years ahead of attack. And we were discussing the PFL, we were talking about UFC.
Do you remember that time where we had no fights?
Yeah.
And we didn't know where it was going to go on. And now look, a few months later, I'm on the big final at the tournament.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, even before getting to the final, I remember signing. You had a conversation, you came to my house at 4, said, I'm going to sign with the UFC and go do the Ultimate Fighter. And then by 8 o'clock in the evening, your manager rang you and put a contract in front of you from the PFL as well. So I went from 12 months of not knowing what was going on to literally 24 hours and you had two offers.
Madness.
Isn't it?
It's just crazy. Like that whole time period just felt like I was getting pranked by I don't know what. You know what I mean? And nothing made sense. Like, just unreal shit just was happening on a constant basis. For like a few months, it was crazy. That'd be all just shit. Obviously, I might have to kind of endure to get to where I need to. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. Cool. You know, it's going to be completely different, and you're going to feel completely different for it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I've gotten 2 fights out of the way in the space of a few months. You know what I'm saying? I always get like long layovers, which is surprising because how many fights I have. 2 fights already under my belt, you know what I mean, the last few months. And one thing I actually haven't been doing is sparring, bro. And I'm sparring now this camp. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that kind of like I don't know why. I just haven't been fitting sparring into my training for a while. Like for a few years actually.
Yeah, you said it like.
It's madness.
Who are you sparring with?
We'll find out.
I love it.
Like I've just intensified it just a tiny bit as well because I know he's like I'm gonna have to go full leather the whole time, bro.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I need to make sure like my fitness is on peak. And once my fitness is on peak, I'm fully confident that any time that I can be anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? The only thing that ever stops me in a fight, if like say it's very competitive, would be my fitness. Like I've sorted that out. I've learned that from my amateur years. You know that lactic acid. I used to get that. I don't get that as much anymore. I'm more confident even. I think later, like now in getting more active, throwing the combinations, just getting more in there. Instead of waiting around thinking I'm gonna get tired. I've been working very hard, man, just to make sure like I burn myself and then go past that. Do you get what I'm saying? And you know when you get to that stage where you're just like I want to get to that and then go past it. Push the boundaries, for a better way of saying it.
And do you think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you actually have an understanding of your opponent this time around and you know what he brings? I mean, he's a pretty solid fighter himself, right? He's
a pretty solid fighter, but I've fought solid fighters before. Like I just know he's a tough fighter. For me to be as dominant as I need to be, I just need to be fitter.
I remember when you were having your face-offs in the cage, he was saying that he knew you very well. He obviously travelled over to Ireland quite a few times, and then through those times and through those sessions, you obviously crossed paths.
Trained with them loads of times. They haven't been here for a little while since.
Does it make a difference when you know someone you're fighting versus when you don't know them?
I've thought of that and I actually don't know. I don't know if it's going to make a difference because I actually haven't had to deal with this before. Do you know what I'm saying? So like I can sit and think, and I'm thinking like, why should it? Like because I spar the same type of people all the time. I train with the same type of people all the time, and I don't know like what type of difference it is gonna make, but we'll see when we get there.
There's so much unknown with you, isn't there?
That's what I mean. I just think like things are just so quaint, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just so many variables to certain things that it's very difficult to give a clear answer, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm not very good at verbalizing what I'm thinking, so it always comes out wrong.
But it comes out right as well. It's entertaining.
You know yourself, you know.
Do you think that now that you're pushing yourself over the limits you've never pushed yourself, that's obviously going to make a difference? But where else do you feel you stand out in this fight, and why do you think the scales are tipped in your favour to get this done in December?
I'm just a better fighter, man. Like what he has going for him is his toughness. Like he has bombs, you see. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what he has. Like, to be honest, he has gotten much more technical. I've watched his last few fights, and he's been way slicker. Do you know what I mean? So that's something I'm excited to test out. There's a certain way of fighting fighters like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good at that, man. I went around with Conor trying to take my heads off for years, and you know what I mean. I kept standing, so I doubt he's going to be able to do any better.
You've been calling out that finish now for 2 fights. Do you think this third time lucky for you?
I'm not even chasing finishes anymore. I would want one.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It'd be nothing better. Like it'd be like the perfect case scenario. Drop
100%.
him early, belt, Dublin, 100 G's. Out and about.
Exactly. That's what I'm seeing. Like that's what I see every time.
Yeah.
Hit him a few times. They want to wrestle, and when they wrestle, I flip and take their necks off. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We're going to be peppering them the whole time. But most likely that's going to happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Haas got away from a few submissions. Remember, man, I had him locked in a few times, and he just inched his way out. I doubt I'm going to be fighting 2 consecutive people that are going to be able to do that. So I'm thinking I might take this guy's neck. I have a feeling because he's such a power puncher and he feels himself. I don't know why he feels so confident that he's going to knock me out.
A lot of people have been that confident and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, it doesn't last.
Remember that Diego Czech? He was in a similar kind of position. He was from Germany as well. I think this fight brings me back to that.
Not even Diego, but Felipe. I can even tell by the Brave guys.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what I mean, this is going to be a hard fight for you. I was like looking at this guy and I was like, I don't see it. Anytime I've seen this bloke, you can just tell he had this thing about him, like, I'm gonna flip and smoke you. Mate, you just do not know what you're getting into. And you could just see by him the flip and confidence coming right at me and all. I was like, mate, you're putting yourself in a trap here. And we got him out there early. Fair enough, it was an early stoppage, but he wasn't gonna last. But I think I performed that good because of how confident he was in himself. The better the fighter I fight, the better I perform.
You said that to me before, yeah.
For example, right, with like Wilson to Jesus, for example, I just got this feel about them that they were hot shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then with this guy as well, like everybody is like talking to me like, oh, Frans, you have to train hard for this guy.
Yeah.
And then the way everybody's talking to me is like I'm the underdog, and I like that. Do you know what I mean? I like.
But it kind of gets at you, obviously.
It gets at me. It gets at me because I'm like, have you not seen what I'm capable of?
Yeah.
So anytime I'm kind of looked at as an underdog, I feel like
that's when the best comes out.
That's when the best comes out, man. Especially now with this whole thing and being in Dublin. You know what I mean? It's gonna be flipping electric, man.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be electric.
It's gonna be a magical night. And you know what? Do you know what makes it so fun as well? There's been so many great Bellator cards with so many big names, but we haven't had actual title fights. This time, you have your main event, and then you have 2 title fights with lads from Ireland and representing Ireland. Then you have Valentina doing the same for SBG.
Exactly.
Then you have
Scatesi
and Andreas
as well.
That's like, it's an awesome time to be alive as an MMA fan, isn't it?
It's a good buzz.
Yeah.
It's a good buzz.
Yeah. I'll see you later, brother. Change, eh? Frisco. He's still a spiller, eh?
What? How'd you get that from me being Nazca?
Oh, I have my ways.
I was watching a little clip of PFL put through, and the video of Kershaw, like having a take. But he said something, I don't know what it did to me, right? But it flipping lit something under me. He goes, I'm gonna finish him. And I was like, really? I don't know what, like, cause obviously you expect people to say that. But I don't know, man, for some reason, that flipping hit a nerve with me, just hearing that, just hearing someone, do you know what I mean? Just sit there and say, I'm gonna finish.
Was this recent?
Yeah, I think it was like what? I think it was like last night I watched this. And I'm just sitting there and I could feel literally a fire inside of me, thinking, okay, son, we're gonna flip and do it.
And so, is that fire getting lit up now, coming closer to the scene of the crime?
Anytime I see, like, and I'm around the Tree Arena now, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking of, you know what I mean? I always say that when you know you have a fight coming up, everything is different. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm so close to the Tree Arena all the time, and I know that's where I'm going to be performing, you know what I mean? It's gonna be awesome. We'll see what the Tree Arena presents this time, but I'm expecting nothing but calmness and just ready to defend my flipping land. From a sucker coming out here trying to conquer.
What's your favourite memory of the Tree Arena?
Go, Darren, oh go, man. Remember that?
The pride of club.
Yeah, man.